Hi, this is Michelle Spalding, the founder and CEO of Transaction Management Consultants, and I'm about to show you a brief overview of the web page that our team will create to manage your transactions. So you'll receive a unique link to your branded site, and this is the same link we'll share with your clients or any other teammates that you'd like us to. Only people that have access to a file are able to view the files. For instance, if you're working on 4 or 5 transactions with us, which we hope you are, you'll be able to see all of those by clicking on the My Files tab, where of course your buyer or seller will only be able to see those that they are a party to. On the first page of the web page, you'll see the website or the web page has a photo here. We will use one of the stock images that we have, or you can provide us with something and we'll do our best to make sure that it gets up there. Scrolling down, there's a little message that we've included here. This is something that we're able to customize. We do have some stock language or some language that we'd like to use, and we let you then tweak that and customize that for a personalized message to your buyers and sellers as they log in. Down below that, we're also able to add a photo or a logo specific to you, your company, or whatever it is that you would like us to add. On the right-hand side, you'll see my photo and our company logo. Down below here, you're able to add, of course, not my photo to your website, but you're able to add your photo and a couple of other photos as well. This is great if you have a team or if you have a photo and maybe you want to put a logo or something unique that you'd like us to add. We'll be able to handle that for you. When you are first invited to a transaction, you're given a unique username and password. To log in, you simply enter your username and password. Keep in mind that the first time you log into the transaction file, you're going to have to reset the password. The system is going to make you do that. So be sure it's something that you can easily remember, but if for some reason you don't, just click on the Request Password link here, and the system will remind you of the password that you've selected. Go ahead and log in. I'll take you on a quick tour of the software. Up at the top left, you'll see a photo. Those are added if we're given a photo by you or whoever else is on your team that would have that. We've got some description of the property at the very top. Of course, list price, sales price, the specifics that we would gather on a transaction from the sales contract and other documents. Contract acceptance date, file start date, the date our office started the transaction, and the estimated closing date. In the next section, you'll see we have some descriptions, a legal description and the tax ID number. Going down a little bit further, you'll see the property description like the bedrooms, baths, etc. And then on the right, we have a section we call Other Key Fields. And we had this customized here so that we can quickly and easily glance at the transaction, and so can you, and determine if those appointments have been scheduled and when and what time those are scheduled for. No information is entered into those fields until the actual appointments are set. Going down a little further, you'll see the activities. Now at the top part of that, in this section, these are the activities that are completed. And over on the right-hand side, you're able to view when those activities were completed, date and time. Now the calendar does, or the clock does record the time in Pacific time, but we can do some math and determine the time for your local time zone. In the next section is the scheduled activities. These are the items that your coordinator is going to be working on gathering. Here, obtain the home inspection report and post it to the site. She's still working at this point on getting that home inspection and adding it to the transaction file. Down below, you'll see here are the documents. These are the documents that your coordinator has either gathered or is going to gather for your transaction. Anything with a pair of glasses is an item that she has gathered and it's in the file. If you'd like to view that document or anyone else, again, having access to the file, they simply click on the glasses to view that. Anything without a pair of glasses indicates that this is an item that she is still working on getting for the transaction, or it's something that does not apply to this particular transaction. On the right, just as above, you'll see the date which those items were completed. Now, if you'd like, you're able to select one or more documents. Simply click Print, and it will merge the documents into one file or one placeholder, and you'll be able to create or print that document. You could print it as a PDF, maybe, and save it to your computer if you need, or print it and have a hard copy. Now, going down a little bit further, you're able to see the file notes. This is where your coordinator is going to record each and every conversation and email that goes out on the transaction. This is a file log, if you will, so that you're able to see what's the latest and most current notes on the transaction file. You'll see the bottom indicates those are the most recent notes. Your coordinator, of course, will always keep you apprised by email and phone, but here's another place for you to go should you wake up in the middle of the night and are curious, or it's a weekend. There's the information right there for you. Of course, your buyer or seller are also able to see most of the notes in the transaction as well as most of the other items here. So they're able to log in, look around, and see what's going on as well. Now down at the very bottom here, you're able to see the contact parties for the transaction. Anybody that is on the file that has an email address is able to be communicated by you in the transaction. Your buyer or seller, however, is only able to email or communicate with you and, of course, us. The software is pretty smart and it knows who the information should be able to, who they should be able to communicate with easily and effortlessly, and who they should not be able to. In other words, if you're on the buyer side of the transaction, you wouldn't want your buyer reaching out directly to the seller or the seller's agent. Of course, you'd want that correspondence to go through you or your coordinator to handle that for you. And the system knows that, and it's mindful of that in allowing your clients access to the other party's information. The system does allow for you or anyone else to send an email. So I'm going to go ahead and test this by clicking on my name right there. Click on Send a Message. You're able to type a message. We do, of course, recommend that you modify this subject line so that it matches the conversation that's going out, and that way when it's recorded in the file notes, of course, the future viewing, you're able to go back and easily see that note. Let me show you what I mean. Sample. Sample note. And if you'd like, you can even attach a document. Click Send. And it's on its way. Now, the note is now recorded, and you're able to see here's the message, date, time, and the note, the note that was recorded. It's really that simple to log in, check the status of your files, and to review the current information that's available on them. Of course, your transaction coordinator here is always available by phone, email, fax, whatever it is that you like to communicate. She'll be available to answer your questions as we go through the transaction. Should you have any questions about the software, about our services, or anything else that I can do to help you, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful and very productive day.